the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight we've got a good AFC matchup on tap between the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. In the middle of a cold night in 1984, but the Colts are back and we're underway in Baltimore. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 40 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down.
Ready, blue 80.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Campbell making the catch. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
On 2nd and inches, Ryan. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. Touchdown, Colts. Michael Pittman, 30 yards. And the Colts are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They go play action with Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll go again with Dobbins. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Here's Jackson to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. It isn't normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that. Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
ball, Dad.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On third down, here's Taylor. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on fourth down. Trying to punch it in with Taylor. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book, right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code on that one, didn't he? Deciding to go for it right there.
Oh, yeah, your side of the field, this stage of the game, you're supposed to punt the football. He said, who cares? I'm going to light the book on fire.
Yeah, analytics, everyone else, be warned, he's coming for you. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Ready.
On second down, it's Taylor. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 75 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Ryan now off the bootleg. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Check.
Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Blankenship's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the Colts will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. Then that one was picked off.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
That ball caught by Campbell. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You said you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already have what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
Got it.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan.
That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Play action, Ryan. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stock troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he'll get nothing out of that one. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
We're in Baltimore. 3rd quarter action. 2nd and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
But just when the offense seemed to be figuring things out, they have a little bit of a setback there. Finally getting a drive going. They can't let that stop them, especially since they've been shut out this far in.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Tucker's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
On the move past the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. 37 yards. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A give for Taylor running right side. And some room to roam now. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They run once more with Taylor. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 107 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Taylor looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Play action. It's Jackson. That's complete. Left side to Bateman. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They go play action now. Jackson. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
119 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Ryan. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on the... And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Ryan wants to throw it. Touchdown! Matt Ryan able to connect with Michael Pittman. And the Colts have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. I suppose it wasn't out of the realm of possibility that we could have seen a comeback, but that touchdown should put any hopes of a comeback out of reach. It's been a really quality effort for him here in this one.
And no matter what else you think, you have to admire the initiative to finish things off their way. Don't leave anything to chance, no matter how small the odds of a comeback were. Send it home with a touchdown and get to celebrating.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
DC, ready?
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to...
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
To the right side and into the hands of the tight end, Granson.
Touchdown, Colts.
Kylan Granson, 26 yards. And the Colts up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
He finally made that 30. Like that. There we go.
I'm the best, and the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, and the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold. Deep for the bank and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking a from my boo, ain't heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's spouting. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching, but I don't have a daughter.